This is it. Marcia wrote this letter. I would say, I think it was literally in the last week of her life to me. I mean, it was really close to the very end. And I have to say in context that we met each other in just about 1970 in a women's consciousness raising group. Joan Jonas, Marcia, me, and about 3 others got together to moan and be furious. So I just find this letter deeply touching in context, all these years later. I just stopped myself from writing 2019, the date Blade Runner depicts, the year I will be 90. I never thought I would live that long, and may not yet, of course, though it does seem possible now. I can only guess why that date came to mind. Life by now is often painful, sleep broken, and hurting, not walking quite right, sometimes well, others shaky, handwriting changed. Death. I found a tiny bird with a black beak, narrow, the kind that catches insects in the air. It had a fluffy yellow breast, and the rest of its feathers were gray, verging on green, but for the black streak above its eyes. It must have flown in at the window. I have little memory of babyhood. Just wonder what I will remember of old age. Seeing, re-seeing, remembering the past, even distant past. At least as engaged with that as with my immediate environment. People here at the cafe ordering coffee, the roaster behind me, the music droning on and on. I am here to think about bringing my life into focus, to be here or there. I will always miss the other, always prefer the other. A choice will have to be made someday. I have seen the moon in the east, watched the birds to locate the robin, identify its song. The willow is fresh with cascading green buds, the dogwood ready to bloom, cherry blossoms already down. There are times when I suffer isolation. Trying to write, I do anything to avoid beginning. I want and need to be interrupted, and yet it's only when I am not that I can work. Solitude is painful at times, but can ease into great happiness. Solitary confinement, I can only imagine. Prisoners in isolated, terrifying, even tortured conditions. I am them in some superficial way. I cannot forget them. They are as phantoms hovering over my life. Sitting here at the cafe in loud music, alone at a high table in the front corner. People, kids, dogs, no one I know. I'm happy. Breakfast tea wakes me up. The guy with the bicycle on the bus liked my clothing. Linen and cotton, my shoes, Birkenstock. He wore a beard and linen clothes, Birkenstocks. The 2 boys at sunrise, my socks. Are those Muji? Did I think enough about what it means to be old? Of what one loses? The urge to cook, for instance. I used to look up recipes, pizza that stuck to the pan, falafel, coq au vin, and invite guests. My sex appeal, not my sexuality. Not only do I not attract lovers, but the very knowledge I had about sexual pleasures is nearly gone. Continued anxiety, sleep without breathing, feel like hell, slowly dying. I told Barbara I wanted to explore old age by living it, and she was horrified. One has little choice. What do I want to do? And how does one measure a life? After all this, who am I? I can, in my mind, I can wander around Barcelona, but also Vienna, Mexico City, Paris, Rome, London, Dusseldorf, Zurich, Munich, even Alps in Belgium or Malmo, Sweden. So many memories, so many people to recall, languages to miss, but I cannot go there. At the cinema, I cried seeing the mountains at Sils Maria, vast views of the mountains in the Engadine. I will never go there, never see those magnificent, rocky, snowy mountains in the Swiss Alps, standing for all the high mountains I will not visit again. The white marble tabletop near the window is covered with bright sunlight so that I am blinded, cannot clearly see other people in the room. Now 1/5 of the marble is in shadow, and the little rectangle on the woodwork that I could actually see change is gone. The heat and light of the sun has moved off of me toward the chair and wall opposite. The table itself is now more than half in shadow.